Hey guys, it's Legend of Kage, and today I'm bringing to you a great solo and group support build for Titans. This focuses on ad clear and survivability, utilizing Warmind cells, while also being able to create solar wells for your team if you choose. I bring to you a Wrath of the Sun Warrior. There are a good number of weapons that synergize with this build. For your exotics, we have Xenophage, Tiku's Divination, Jotun, Sunshot, Polaris Lance, Ace of Spades, and Eyes of Tomorrow. If you notice, they are all solar weapons that either have all or some sort of splash damage baked into them. The solar splash damage is what allows them to interact with Wrath of Rasputin, which we'll cover in more detail in the mods section. Just use whichever exotic you'd like, or you can use an exotic that's not mentioned here, because this build does not need weapons to function, they just help build on top of the build. Personally, I feel like Xenophage works the best because all of its shots count as solar splash damage, rather than guns such as Ace of Spades or Polaris Lance that requires Dragonfly or Perfect Fifth on Polaris Lance. Do not count out any legendaries either. Perks such as Firefly and Solar Damage Dragonfly, as well as Solar Grenade and Rocket Launchers, all count as Solar Splash damage too. This makes guns such as Fatebringer, Hung Jury SR4, Ancient Gospel, Hezen Vengeance, Outrageous Fortune, and Empty Vessel all good options to consider for this build. You can also bring any of the 7 Seraph or Icalos weapons, since they also have the ability to spawn Warmind cells without requiring the solar splash damage part. This actually reminds me of one exotic that I forgot, and that is Witherhoard. Witherhoard can be used to supplement any Icalos or 7 Seraph weapon by simply swapping to that weapon after you shoot your Witherhoard. The damage over time that Witherhoard then provides actually counts as Icalos kills for Warmind cells. This is one of my favorite ways to use Warmind cell builds when I don't want to tie up my exotic heavy and I want to use something like my Hezen Vengeance. It has a good balance of boss damage and ad clear that I would definitely recommend you try. With all these weapons, just remember to balance your loadout to your activity. You don't want to bring all solar weapons to a Nightfall without solar shields, and you don't want to bring all ad clear weapons to a boss fight. Moving on to armor, there are 2 main exotics I will be going over for this build: Hollowfire Heart and Phoenix Cradle. Hollowfire Heart is much more suited to solo play and allows for very quick uptime on your grenades. This is great for more passive damage with thermite grenades, as well as just saving ammo on ad clear, because thermite grenades are great for that. By the way, thermite grenades are what I'd recommend using. Phoenix Cradle, on the other hand, is much more suited to team support, allowing you to pass the Sun Warrior buff to other players, giving them bonus weapon damage, grenade and melee recharge, and increased super duration, as well as just a better boss damage exotic for solo play because your Sun Warrior buff will last twice as long. A really cool synergy that my clan found out recently was using a Phoenix Cradle Titan with 5 Chaos Reach Warlocks, because this exotic will extend Chaos Reach by another 30% on top of Geomags. Now for stat splits. Recovery should almost always be maxed at 100. It gives a huge bonus to your survivability and is always on the top of my list for stats that I want. I would also try and stack some resilience if you can, just because it helps reduce your class ability cooldown, and if you can get to like 6 resilience, then you're actually able to tank a sniper shot in Grandmasters, which is a very useful thing to be able to do. For the other stats, I would value Discipline, greater than Strength, greater than or equal to Intellect. Throwing more grenades always makes Shax happy and helps you create Warmind cells and sunspots for your team. The melee is another useful way, but it requires face-to-face action, which you might not want in higher end content. And finally, the super can be useful, but if you're using Hollowfire Heart, you may just want to hold your super, as it helps your ability recharge even faster if your super is full. Now for mods, we are mainly going to be using Warmind cells for their room clearing potential, and we're going to support them with either Charge with Light mod or Elemental Well mods. Pretty much you only need solar armor and possibly a void armor piece if you want to use protective light. Starting with the Warmind mods, Wrath of Rasputin and Global Reach are the only 2 mods that I would say are absolutely required. You can then add on Rage of the Warmind for damage or Fireteam Medic for healing. For the remaining mods, you can either build a simple elemental well combo utilizing explosive well maker and well of life for more healing, or a charge with light build utilizing taking charge and protective light for increased survivability. Both are simple and effective ways to increase your survivability. One can just help support your team a bit more. Now we're going to take a little more of a deep look into the mods and how they function. Wrath of Rasputin grants solar splash damage to the ability to generate Warmind cells. This works with the certain weapons as mentioned above in the weapons section, or your grenade, melee, and super abilities. Global Reach is an amazing one-cost mod that simply increases the range of your Warmind cell's abilities to easily clean rooms when you explode them. Rage of the Warmind grants your Warmind cells additional solar damage, allowing them to also play off the Wrath of Rasputin, which gives you the ability to maybe get back-to-back room-clearing Warmind cells. Fireteam Medic provides a burst of healing for you and any teammates in range of the explosion. Explosive Wellmaker creates a solar elemental well whenever you get a multi-kill with explosive damage. This again accounts your grenade, melee, and super ability. Any of the splash damage type weapons, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, firefly, dragonfly. The one thing that I did find out that this does not pair with is the Warmind cell explosive damage. Well of Life provides a small amount of constant regeneration for 10 seconds when picking up a solar well. This is amazing for just being able to survive while taking constant fire. Taking charge simply gives you charge with light whenever you pick up an orb, and if you're solo, just use masterwork weapons to generate orbs. Finally, Protective Light gives you increased damage reduction, consuming all charge with light stacks once shields are broken. Now for the playstyle of this build, you're just going to use your grenades or abilities to kill enemies to help create sunspots and Warmind cells. You can then stand in your sunspot to get your grenade energy back extremely quick and use that Warmind cell as an explosive nuke to clear the entire room. Simply just keep repeating this during your activity, and if you're using Fireteam Medic, then you can also just use the Warmind cell whenever you need healing. And if you're using elemental wells, just try and collect them for some ability energy and the constant 10 seconds of healing if you're using Well of Life. If you're using Protective Light and taking charge variant, just make sure to pick up orbs to maintain the 2x charge with light whenever your shields are full. That's all I got for this build. Thanks for watching, and let me know what builds you'd like to see. I plan on making a build for each subclass for endgame PvE, maybe extending it into each tree, but we'll save that for later. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.